Hey, this is Reviews and welcome to the unboxing and review of the Anker Laser Precision Gaming Mouse. And first of all, I want to thank Anker for sending this product out for me to review. And getting straight into the unboxing, right here we got a very well presented packaging right here for the mouse. As you can see, with this cool little blue design around it. And take a look at the bottom, we can see that we've got 8000 DPI, 1000 Hz polling rate, 9 programmable buttons, which is really probably my favorite part of the mouse, and incredibly ergonomic design for the right hand. Is really comfortable. So as you can see, it packs quite a bit of features, especially for how much you're paying, because it's around $30 or $40. I mean, £30 and $40, which is, in my opinion, really cheap for what you're getting. Like with all these features, that's a really good price. And looking at the front of the box again, we can actually open up the front like this to take a look at the mouse inside its packaging. Right there it says "Take your weapon," which is clearly targeted at like people that play shooter games on PC, like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Because this mouse obviously works really well for those type of games. Looking at the side, right here we can see information about who Anker is, the description of the product, and some more of the features right there. We also got adjustable weights right here. The weight of the mouse, you can change it with these little weights that you get with the mouse. So right here we got 4 DPI profiles as well. Like I said, 8000 DPI. So you got 4 profiles to change through, whichever you like best. Right here we got some info about the light at the top there. You can change the color of the Anker logo, and you can change it to up to 16 million colors, which is brilliant. And here it compares the Anker mouse to a standard mouse, and as you can see, the Anker mouse, is way better than a normal standard mouse. All the features are much better on this Anker mouse. Obviously, because it is a gaming mouse, so it does need to have all the cool features. And right there it says 90% less motion. That means basically you don't need to move as much as you would normally, especially when you have it set on 8000 DPI. It's ridiculously sensitive. You can just move about that much and you'll be from one side of the page to the other. So opening the box from the top, let's pull the sticker off. And like I said, I mean, you get pretty nice quality packaging here. Very nice, well presented packaging, and especially for how much you're paying for, it's nice to have quality packaging. Nothing else in the box there. So we're up to the side, and we've got a few things underneath here. Right here, instruction manual, which has a nice little glossy finish. Shows you how to use the product and stuff, and we got the software right there, which I'll go in depth later on about how to use it. And here we have the container for the weights. As you can see, has 8 little weights which you can insert into the weight cartridge on the mouse, which I'll show later. So here's the mouse right here. Let's take it out of this plastic packaging. So here we go, as you can see. So we got the mouse right there, and with the fairly long cable, as you can see it's tied up right now, but fairly long cable with a gold plated USB port, which is always nice, and very high quality braided cable. So it's nice to get that sort of premium feel with the braided cable and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a closer look at the mouse now that we've got it out of the packaging. So here's a close-up of the mouse itself. You can see that it's pretty stylish, and it does have a really ergonomic design. Like I mentioned before, you can just lay your hand on top like that. Thumb fits perfectly into there. Top 2 buttons there for your 2 fingers, and then the ring finger and your little finger just fits right there. I mean, your little finger does kind of stick out the side a little bit, so you do have to keep it quite close together with that. That's the only down point about this, the ergonomic design of this. But overall, I mean, it's incredibly comfortable and it works really well when actually using it for gaming. So on the side right here we got the 3 buttons, programmable buttons for the thumb right there when you hold it like that, and these work really well. I'll show some gameplay later on actually using these buttons to do certain things. We've got another button at the top there. This as default changes the DPI setting of the mouse. There's another button there, another one there, nice little rubber scroller which obviously clicks in, and then the 2 mouse buttons there. Nothing on the other side. So in total of 9 buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buttons. That's probably my favourite thing about this mouse. because having loads of buttons on your mouse means that you don't have to press as much on the keyboard, so you got most of the controls on your hand, which is, in my opinion, really great for gaming. Taking a look at the bottom, we've got the laser right there, and down here is actually where you put the weights. So if we open this up, got a little plastic cover right there, and there we got the slots for those 8 weights which I showed earlier. So if we get that right here, the weight container, open that up, you can see you have these little circular shaped weights that go in like that. I mean, I guess it weighs a little bit like a single weight, but I mean, if you really want to make your mouse really heavy, you would probably be better off putting all of them in. I mean, if you just put like one in, it probably won't make a difference like that, but that's how they just fit in very nicely into this foam sort of holder inside there. It holds them in like that. So yeah, it works really well. That's if you're fussy about the weight. I'd rather have my mouse really light, so if I ever need to, you know, do that and slightly pick it off the desk, there's no strain on my wrist, you know. So I'd rather have it lighter, but it's nice that they give you the choice of you know, customizing your weights of your gaming mouse. Right, so now I've got the mouse plugged into the computer. We can see the lights are actually illuminated now. It looks pretty damn cool. You can see with all the blue lights. We got 3 lights in total, one for the Anker logo, which we can change. I'll show you that on the software a little bit later. And right here we got the DPI levels. You press that button right there, which is default as the DPI switch. Goes up to 4 different settings. That's 8,000, and you can actually change it to whatever you want. So you can make the 4th setting 4,000 DPI and so on. You can change it to whatever you want. So yeah, the lights do look pretty cool. This is the only one that you can actually change. We got the blue light on the scroller wheel, I don't know if you can see that, and the 4 lights right there. Just jumping onto the software, I'll show you how you can change the light, how you program these buttons to whatever you want, and all that kind of stuff. So jumping onto the computer, we can see this is the software right here. It looks quite cool, the same sort of blue design as we have on the box. And here's the main sort of menu right here, and we can see all the 9 buttons that's on the mouse, and we can change it to whatever we want. So this is my regular profile for just normal things, you know, just using software and stuff like that. And then we got a second profile at the bottom. If I click that, the light changes to like a green color, which is my second profile, and this is what I use for gaming. As you can see, I've set the 4th button to be R for reloading, and the 5th button for spacebar to jump, and all that kind of stuff, to crouch, all that kind of stuff for gaming, for like Call of Duty and Gotham City Imposters, those kind of games. You might think, how do you actually change the profile when you're just like using the computer as normal, and then you jump into a game? You don't have to actually open the program to change profiles. You can just press this little button at the bottom of the mouse right there, as you can see, and this changes the profile. As you can look, if you look at the Anker logo, it changes to the different color on the certain profile. So on profile 2 it's green for gaming, profile 1 is just blue for normal stuff on softwares on the computer. And you can see the DPI changes as well to my, you know, gaming DPI. So that works really well for the profiles. Now we got some mouse speed, scroll speed stuff there, which I'm not going to mess with because I actually really like it how it is normally. On the DPI tab at the top, we got settings for the actual DPI switches. We got 4 profiles. So the first profile is normally the lowest, you know, going upwards to 8,000, but you can change it to whatever you want. So you can make the 4th profile a bit lower to about 5,000 or something. So it doesn't necessarily have to be from 1,000 to 8,000. You can make it 1,000 to 4,000 and stuff like that. So I think that works really well depending on your liking of DPI. If we go into the light tab at the top, yeah, you can change the logo color for the light. So if I just go into profile 2 here and change it to orange, as you can see, the mouse has actually changed to an orange light. As you can see, it works really well. I mean, it's not perfectly accurate to what you choose on the computer, but it works fairly well. Obviously it's not going to be perfect. So we can change the brightness level right here as well. We can change that to high, and the breathing speed. As you can see, it's sort of pulsating, as you can see. And if you make that high, it will do it a lot faster. If you press apply, you can see the light is a lot brighter now, and it's pulsating a lot quicker. The breathing speed is a lot quicker. Then the last tab at the top there is just to update the software. I'll put a link in the description to where you can download the software. So the software works really well to change the light and DPI settings, you know, to change the programmable buttons on certain games. In my case, you know, first person shooters and stuff. Really works quite well. And so now that we've taken a look at the software, we can actually see how this mouse works when actually gaming. Alright, so I just went on some Black Ops 2 here to show you how smooth and sensitive the mouse is. And on my preferred DPI, you could probably see here that it's actually really smooth. And if you put it on the full DPI, it just goes crazy. It's like way too much. But I like it on the third setting. I'm just going to show you, I'm using this Move navigation controller to replace the keyboard on this. And this mouse lets me do that because it has so many buttons on the mouse that I can just entirely replace the keyboard. So I'm using the middle button on the mouse to jump and the back button to crouch, and then the front button on the side to reload, as you can see there, and then the middle button above the scroll wheel is to knife. So this is actually really cool because all the buttons are really close together, so you can easily you know, knife, crouch, whatever you need to do. And as you can see from the gameplay in the background, that you can aim really accurately, really quickly. You can do quick 180 turns, all that kind of stuff that you would want on first-person shooters and stuff like that. It works really well. And I just want to show you, I've used the middle button just underneath the scroll wheel to activate my kill streak as well. Right here you can see I use kill streaks. So this just shows that it works incredibly well for games like this. You can assign the buttons to whatever you want, you know, to your liking. So overall, this mouse is actually a brilliant mouse for the price, in my opinion. It's pretty much all in one. It has, you know, nice lights, it looks good, it's ergonomic, and it has those buttons on the side that you can program, and the buttons on the top. That's probably my favorite part of the mouse. It's probably the most selling point because of the buttons on the side. They just work so well. And like I said, I like to use the navigation controller to replace the keyboard as well, and this mouse lets me do that. So you can see it's got the nice lights which you can change as well. I think it just looks really cool. The only thing I don't like about it is the side bits that you can see that are glossy, and although it looks cool, it does kind of ruin the feel of it after you're playing a game for a while, because it does kind of get a little bit sweaty and stuff like that when you're playing for long periods of time. But overall, it's a great mouse, and I definitely recommend it, especially for how much it costs. I'll put a link in the description where you can buy it. I want to thank Anker for sending this product out for me to review once again. So that's about it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, rate and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.